Huh? Hello again, test subject, welcome to the floor. You woke up from your coma, now we own your corpse decor. Before we start, please sign this harmless little sheet. It just says if you explode, that counts as company retreat. Step into the chamber, don't mind all the smoke. Those alarms aren't for you.
Never last poor joke.
If you hear a turret singing, that's your cue to duck. If you hear a sizzle, that's your luck. We've got portals, gels, and light bridges that bend, and a bottomless pit we call career end. Just follow my instructions and use your fragile meat. And if you reach the finish, there's a mildly edible treat. Cake is a legally non-binding promise written in a font too small to see. Some interpret dessert as not neurotoxin, lawyers disagree. If you survive and don't get dissolved in acid, we might celebrate your tests in theory. But the clause on page 12b says dessert is metaphor, so don't bring this up with a jury. You've befriended a cube with a heart on its face, spoken more to that box than the human race. We asked psychiatry, is that behavior fine? They said, defined fine, and hung up line. You solved every puzzle by throwing yourself off of moving platforms into structural health. I gave you hints like maybe don't touch lasers. You heard speed run death in increasingly fun flavors. Turrets say, are you still there with grace? And you answer yes, then hung their bullets to your face. We installed long fall boots so you wouldn't go splat. You said cool, now I can try 12 worse things than that. Cake is a legally non-binding promise. The frosting's mostly theoretical foam. You keep asking, is it real? Like morality exists here, buddy, this is not a home. If you escape, which honestly would impress me, we'll throw you a party on one condition. You waive your right to mention test-related trauma in any future court petition. We took a bunch of moon rocks, ground them into dust, stirred in ethics, then removed that crust, painted all the walls impossible, brain cancer, called it mobility gel, and waited for an answer. The board asked, is this safe? We said, define hurt. They said, well, if they liquefy, we said, then they're dessert. If you're glowing in the dark, that's employee of the month. If you're coughing up blue, that's portal adjacent gunk. So here's your grand finale, jump, fling, don't miss. Ignore the neurotoxin, consider it a kiss. If you hit the exit, I'll clap in monotone, then quietly add your name to almost died but shown. Cake is a legally non-binding promise. Somewhere in the files there's a recipe, status redacted, taste pending, allergic reactions we'll see. If you insist on living past this project, don't fall in acid, don't hug drones. And if you reach the end demanding frosting and crumbs, we have concept art you can take home. Test subject, that was a joke. The concept art is also non-binding. Please proceed to the next test.